Tonight you'll find us in Adelaide and we've got the perfect way to celebrate hitting the halfway point of season 2024. It's a grand final rematch. The Thunderbirds playing host to the New South Wales Swifts, and with just one win separating them on the ladder, this one will definitely bring some heat. Good evening and welcome to Fox Netball and welcome to First Nations round on the lands of the Kaurna people. And let's have a quick look at the Woolworths team cards before this big battle. Kim Green, the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Not too many changes in this one.
No, a familiar lineup just there. Romelda Aiken-George starting in that goal shooter position. Through in goal attack, we take a look down. It's the gun defence end of Wilson, Garrett, Sterling, Humphrey. Gosh, that's scary saying those three names together. Austin, Petty, and Sherry and Petty being the captain. So we'll see all 10 of these players, I suspect.
We've got some big power moves from Coach Bryony Akel in her 100th game. Helen Housby gets the start at goal shooter. Sophie Fawns, goal attack. Paige Hadley, the captain, in at wing attack with Gorman Brown in centre. Then that defensive lineup we're used to seeing, Smith, Turner and Clow. Sam Wallace-Joseph on the bench. We could see her at some point tonight.
And the crowd's just gone quiet.
Well, and it's an interesting change-up again with Gorman Brown going into that centre position, Hadley shifting into wing attack, so keep an eye on that combination as well.
Oh, a little fumble. Well, she thought about putting it up and over Sterling for a nanosecond then, didn't she, Sophie? Fawns! That's the ball I think they want to try and avoid tonight.
And Sterling Humphrey looked at it. She'll have another crack at that and she'll go hard.
The result good for the New South Wales Swifts, though, as is that. Chance to get another point on the board here if they can convert. Clow. Turner. Smith, Gorman Brown. Oh, she's quite deep, isn't she, Turner? Gorman Brown again already doing a lot of work in attack for them. That's nearly the third ball she had.
Yeah, she's really racing that ball down the court. And at the moment, the Swifts are finding it really hard to get through. The defence of the Thunderbirds just staying off the body a little bit, but they know they can come through really quickly.
Nothing wrong with the radar from Sophie Fawns, and you could hear a pin drop in this stadium at the moment. I don't think the Adelaide Thunderbirds fans are liking this start. Fawns. Well, not enough on it. And Latanya Wilson in her 50th Suncorp Super Netball game tonight as well, so congratulations to her. She'll want a big game. Hadley, got to go back to Turner. Housby out of the circle. Oh, smart work there.
Yeah, it was. She just wanted to get the body in the way to get that penalty. Again, release pressure and allow the 2-on-1 in the circle.
Tilly Garrett, oh, she got a hand on it. 2-on-1.
It was an interesting setup on that screen. Fawns not being able to hold Garrett off. Needs to be a little bit stronger on that one.
Well, just like that, the New South Wales Swifts up 3. Zip. How did the Adelaide Thunderbirds respond here? Horges. Well, is it a good thing or a bad thing that Romelda Aiken-George is the goal shooter right now? The Swifts know her exceptionally well.
They do, but it's hard to stop. She's just such an incredible player and she holds such a strong hold in that circle. So, yeah, they've got probably some tactics on her, but it's about the execution from the Thunderbirds, and if they're able to nail it every time, you know, no one can stop that.
Turner doing plenty of work in attack for the Swifts. Hadley.
Quick little play on from the Swifts that got them in there really quickly.
And a bounce pass into the circle.
Yep. We learnt that from last week. Lots of bounce passes being played in this tournament so far.
Oh, and you need it against this very aerial defence end. Through the hands of Aiken-George, who's got it? Clow. Housby, you could hear her scream long before you saw her come into shot. Overcooks it. Garrett. Williams. Wilson under pressure. Can she gather? Oh, what a start.
Yeah.
Smothering defence here from the New South Wales Swifts.
And umpires letting things go a little bit, so both teams a little bit unsteady as to what's being called and what's not. So have to get on top of that pretty quickly now.
Oh, it was in the air for a long time, wasn't it? Played it on. Oh, I think umpire Georgia Sully-Beals almost pulled that back then. Gorgeous.
Oh, that's a good ball. And the drive in from Frew, she knew that it was completely open, took the ball with her.
Well, with that shot, gets every shooter on the scoreboard. Housby, Shamira Sterling on the ground. Well, that's the sort of moment your eyes light up as an attacking player, isn't it?
Absolutely, you get going pretty quickly. But I think this moving circle has already startled the Thunderbirds in what they're able to do. So it's going to take almost a minute or two just to try and get them into the game and see what they're able to go for.
Ooh, how's the tussle in there, though? Looked like Maddie Turner had all the octopus arms on Aiken George. Oh, well, it's not unusual to see that happening from Aiken George. Does normally clean up the rebound, though. And the Swifts will be well aware of that, so they'll be wanting to stay extra alert on those shots. 3 the difference. 5 minutes gone. Whoa, it's physical in that circle.
It sure is.
Well, there you go. Georgina Sully-Beals very clear on what the issue is. Telling Sarah Clow it's this. You're holding on. Housby out of the circle again.
And a tactic from the Swifts is that second phase going to Housby to get everyone else deeper on the third phase.
I think we saw like 3 bounce passes in and out of the circle just then. First miss from Sophie Fawns.
Oh, how'd that get through? Straight through Garrett's hands.
Bunny's got offensive obstruction.
Well, the movement is confusing, isn't it?
It is. It is, and I think now the Thunderbirds almost need to get on side by side and push wide with both of those attackers as opposed to starting in front.
Williams. All goes long. It's Aiken George, though, in good front position through the timing.
And it's that movement again. She's willing just to get in there, take on the body, and go to post.
3 from Frew. There's your Harvey Norman replay, the big high ball into Aiken George. Oh, and here it comes, the tip from Tilly Garrett. Well, it's not really a matter of if, it's a matter of when this Thunderbirds defence end's going to fire up, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is about just trying to understand what's happening with the structures and mixing it up. They wouldn't have thought that this would have happened so early in the game, but they would have prepared for it. So you can see that now they're starting to communicate. Garrett's got the best closing speed that we've seen in that defence end. She's able to come through on those, so I suspect we'll see a few more of those.
That was an impressive ball, the vision, and then to be able to get it up and released before Clow had a head up. Impressive stuff. Well, have a look at Sarah Clow on that. Right in the face of Aiken George. Didn't have a hand up or anything, but surely that's intimidation.
I would think so. Have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. It's the quick release, the see and the give, and all of those shooters will be ready for those balls from Horges. The confidence to just give it, gosh, that makes that attacking line nice and strong.
Have a look at these penalties though, Kim Green, because the New South Wales Swifts extremely heavily penalised. They average 60.5 a game. And that could be an issue for them if they don't rein it in.
Yeah, absolutely. And normally we see Maddie Turner sitting around that 17. She's averaging 17 penalties for the season per game. So at the moment, sitting at 4.
Well, there you go.
5.
Getting all a little too heated in that circle. And the whistle has come. Those penalties got the Thunderbirds back in the game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just releasing pressure. That's what penalties are. So have to continue to stay in the game.
14 contacts just up on screen, Kim, in 10 minutes. 9 minutes of play.
And Bryony Akel had that on the sideline on her computer. So I suspect at quarter time that will be a discussion point of staying in the game by having clean ball.
Well, Housby just hit the deck up the other end for the New South Wales Swifts. Have a look at the lean from Tilly Garrett.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to move, gets the tip. Well, they've certainly come alive, haven't they, the Adelaide Thunderbirds defence end, and now the Swifts really struggling. Here's the short pass, the chase and the knock from Sterling Humphrey.
And lovely change up of timing from the Thunderbirds here, playing the ball around a little bit just to get to circle edge so that ball isn't as difficult to take.
Keeping an eye on Sarah Clow's defence. She's starting behind, trying to push Romelda Aiken-George high. At the moment, it's not really affecting her, is it?
No, it's not. And I think, you know, once you start behind, it is that easy pass in, especially if the Thunderbirds are willing to take their time getting to circle edge.
Oh, there it is, 7 apiece in the first HCF tactical timeout of the game to the Adelaide Thunderbirds. And right about 53 seconds, before the first Power 5. And a few bibs being shuffled around in this huddle already, so let's have a listen to Tanya Robbs.
Not the preview caught up there. That last one was brilliant. Yeah. But what we've got to recognise is if we are together, you've then got to get and create this. We're getting the mismatch. Do you know? So I think if it is you two, get on the square up and the chase down. Just get that little bit more. These two will get a square up and a cross down, and you should be then creating that mismatch in the circle. All right?
Well, some interesting changes just taking place in that timeout. Kim, the captain, Hannah Petty on at wing defence. Latanya Wilson, the 23-year-old in her 50th Suncorp Super Netball game, shifted back to goal defence. What do you make of that change so early?
Yeah, an interesting change up, but I think it's now just about changing the timing of the defence end again. You have a look at the speed of that ball, and Latanya Wilson right in the mix of that.
Yeah, Fawns had the hand up and was charging into that circle like a steam train. The intent is clear here, isn't it?
It is, it is. And I love what this change, oh gosh, that was good from Horges, but also something we heard from Tanya Otts in that huddle was that she was happy with the mid-court, but also through getting the mismatch of Turner and Aiken-George together, so keep an eye on that one.
Guys, really interesting that they called that just before the Power 5. We know it's been a struggling point for the Thunderbirds. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that most quarters.
Well, let's talk about those Suncorp super shots. The New South Wales Swifts have put up 74 more and scored 50 more. That's 100 points more. So absolutely keep your eyes on this 5 minutes as we just hear the siren to the start of the Power 5. And if it turns into a shootout, if this score stays close, well, you'd have to back the Swifts in, surely. Fawns, there's your shooting stats. And how good to see something like that. Look how balanced that is between Frew and Aiken-George.
Yeah, and normally we see Aiken-George. Oh, the super shot from Fawns. She was almost running back to the transverse line as soon as it came off her hand.
First one of the game drops for Sophie Fawns. How did the Thunderbirds respond? Aiken-George, well, again, look at Sarah Clow pushing her high. Too much on it. And off the hand of Georgie Horges. Turner, Clow, goes long to Gorman Brown and Hadley. They've got some good depth quickly here to Swifts. And want to get on with it, not allowing the Thunderbirds defence in to set up.
Well, we saw in the first 5 minutes how much they struggled coming out of transition. But yeah, it was that willing to give the ball. And I think Lily Gorman Brown has been probably a little bit hesitant the last few weeks of giving those balls. Probably been working on that at training. Have a look at the net point match leaders. Gorman Brown sitting right up the top.
Swifts up by 3. Gorman Brown goes back to Smith. She's got it again. Housby. Again the floorboards, but it's off the hand of Williams. Petty to Horges. Wilson. Williams goes long, and that's a safe bet, isn't it? Aiken-George again. Got to sink these little ones under the post. She does. Aiken George, 5 from 6. And there was the tip and the pick-up from Wilson on the Harvey Norman replay. Oh, Frew does well. There was too much on the pass to Aiken George. Looked like Frew might have saved the day there.
Interesting listening in at the huddle. Nolene Tarua was very vocal to the defenders. I couldn't hear what she was saying, but the actions was all what Cloud just did. Get behind and push them high. We've seen balls go over the top of their heads already.
Interesting that, you know, Bryony Akel, I heard her talking during the week, and she said, just as we pause while Helen Housby does what Helen Housby does, there's another Suncorp super shot. She said she's going to let her go. It's free reign as far as she's concerned when you've got that sort of experience on the bench. Smart move.
Very smart move, but also for Nolene to come into the environment and back herself and have the confidence to be like, you know what, I'm allowed to do whatever I want here. This is great. Have a look at this setup from the Thunderbirds, though. They're all doing an offline box setup, hoping for something high and long.
Well, the Swifts attack line running a lot. Sophie Fawns misses at the rebound to Wilson. Has she got back up, though? She does through the captain, Hannah Petty. Gorgeous, Petty. Long through.
And that's something that the Thunderbirds are so good at. They are sitting first in the league for pickups. And those little moments just there, the little tip off to go pick it up, that's how you win games.
Yep, 75 pickups the Adelaide Thunderbirds have got. Oh, listen to the crowd. Oh, that's got to be distracting, surely. Yep, doesn't want to do it again, though. Going to send Lauren through. Well, this is a good opportunity. It's a free shot and a rebounder like Aiken George right there. Beautiful shot. Lauren through. So 3 Suncorp super shots already in this game. Across both sides. 2 the difference. Well, they'd love another one right now, wouldn't they, the Thunderbirds? Head into this first break, level peggings. Aiken George not moving too much, though. Well, they're quite happy to let her take that long-distance shot, aren't they?
Yeah, well, the crowd are.
Well, so are the Swifts. They're letting her take it.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're pushing her out there, just saying, have a go. And also they're trying to keep through really, really high as well.
1 the difference. Plenty of time here, though. Wilson. Well, has she done enough to eat up those precious seconds on the clock? May have. Fawns wasn't clearly in the circle. Well, it's a penalty, though. So, Helen Housby, the opportunity to take a Suncorp super shot after the buzzer. Can get them up by 3. Misses. Oh, doesn't like it either. Straight to the umpire to complain about maybe a tap on the hand. But that is the end of the first quarter in this grand final rematch. And it's the New South Wales Swifts up by just the one, 13-12. And there's been a change in defence for Adelaide. They've gone back to the way they started, the original. Gorgeous. Through. Aiken George.
And a nice easy release on that one from Frew. She is playing beautifully at the moment, finding great space, also making great decisions. We've also seen Horges make a couple of uncharacteristic turnovers. She's got 2 to her name in the first quarter.
Couple of long balls there for the Adelaide Thunderbirds, playing with some pace themselves. Now they're held up. Garrett, Wilson. Through. Horges. Well, it looked pretty in control, didn't it, there from the Adelaide Thunderbirds until that moment, all the way back to Garrett. Through.
Contact goalkeeper. You're pushing in.
Yeah, she probably is, but that's the job. That's the game plan, isn't it? To push Aiken George up high.
Yes.
Can take the lead here for the first time in this game, the Adelaide Thunderbirds, they do.
Oh, look at that change of direction from Horges, the fakes. Oh! Wow, just coming through on that one.
Yeah, well, Aiken George did completely stop on the take, though.
I know, but you can't be passing those ones either. As a wing attack, you know exactly when the momentum is shifting, especially when they're coming out. Swift's just flying down the court on that one.
Yeah, it looked almost undefended, didn't it? Gorman Brown. Well, the rotation between the two Swift shooters at the moment is really balanced, isn't it? And that's causing some headaches.
And
there's that ball.
Yeah.
Aiken George stopped. You're right, shouldn't have been released. Turner, Gorman Brown. Turner on the other side of the court. Hadley up the middle, the double play. There's your last 10. You can see those 4 in the row there from the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Fawns. Oh, rings out.
And that's a great lean from Garrett.
Yep, no surprises who picks up the rebound there. Averaging 8 rebounds a game, the Adelaide Thunderbirds. In relation, have a look at those penalties.
Obstruction goalkeeper. It's not 3 feet from it grounded.
Yeah, and it just seems like silly little ones. It doesn't even seem like they're going for
Well,
the
just
ball.
like that.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's just that release again of being able to give another opportunity to the shooters under the post.
Body break on offense. Centre contact, centre third. Centre third.
Williams gets a little closer to the circle through.
Body's contact
Gorgeous
defense.
gets herself ball side. 2 on Aiken George for now. Want to cover that post. That will change through. Sneaks around the baseline.
Contact on offense.
Well, it's like that. That was clearly in the hands of Aiken George.
Just don't need
Not
a
worth
poke
it.
on those ones.
Not worth it.
Where you are.
Well, if you have a look at Turner at the moment, sitting at 9 penalties to her name. Clow also on 9, so 18 to their name.
Contact
Well,
goalkeeper.
that's what we're used to seeing, Aiken George picking up those rebounds. Number 1 for offensive rebounds
Goalkeeper,
in
when you're out
the
of play,
competition.
stand up.
Well, there you go. You just heard it too from Nathan Begley to Sarah Clow. When you're out of play, you're out of play. There's the penalties you're just talking about. Gorman Brown too. Fawns. Oh, gosh, she's good. Oh, didn't think she'd gotten any closer
No,
then.
neither did I.
Sterling Humphrey just put a hand up. Won the difference. Porges. Williams, Porges. Needs someone close. No one in that middle space. Through the drive in. Well, they're coming thick and fast, the penalties for the New South Wales Swifts now.
I'd be just changing it up for a moment. Get Clow off the court, bring O'Shaughnessy on, bring something a little bit different. Even Clow out, take Turner off. Just to try and, I guess, take the eyes away from the umpire for a moment also.
One player I've been loving at the moment is Georgie Horges from the Thunderbirds. Kath, I know you're a big fan, but her work rate is unbelievable at wing attack. There is never a moment where she just parks herself. Kim, I know you know what it's like as a wing attack. We're told to get top ball side. She does it better than anyone.
She sure does. And she, she's been a little bit off with some of her feeds today, but her, as you said, the work ethic of being able to re-offer and go, it is unbelievable.
Very similar to a Paige Hadley, isn't it? Hasn't she been racking up the Nissa Neb points in the last few weeks in the absence of Maddie Proud? You're just joining us, Maddie Proud out for the 3rd week in a row with a knee injury.
Looks like a change could happen on the side here. Tegan O'Shaughnessy is putting on the goalkeeper bib. Might be due to Clow's penalties that you're talking about.
Kim Green has a direct line to the head coach of the New South Wales Swifts.
Oh!
What a rebound from Shamira Sterling, but couldn't get the ball back in.
She was so far off the ground there. I'd love to see a replay on that one.
Good lean from Tilly Garrett, not good enough to stop. Have a look at the airtime here from Shamira Sterling Humphrey. Oh my gosh, Adelaide Airport will be keeping an eye out for her, the flight path.
Thunderbird centre.
Well, it's another HCF tactical timeout, this time to the New South Wales Swifts. And that may be that change Jem Beaton was just talking about. Let's have a listen.
Things going to keep you. You're going to Golden Pen, please. Yep. Great drives, though. Really great drives. Yeah, really good. Keep working bouncing off each other in the centre pass.
You played yourself. Remember when there's two on, with the goal shooter? It's the inside that stays on the inside, it's the outside that goes.
Yeah, so both of you
Yeah, because if you go out, it's going to go straight on there. So the inside stays on the inside for the rebound, the outside is the one that goes.
Danny, let's go, girls. Right, let's go.
Let's go, girls. Let's go. What Bryony said at the start, all right, what's going to matter? Loose ball. They're hard intent. We don't look back and go, what if, right? Let's go. Let's go.
Still go with me!
Well, interesting there, Paige Hadley bringing it all back together. You know, no what ifs at the end of this game. We just take on every little pickup. But you can see that Dame Nolene had to explain again the structure that she's trying to set up. So a whole lot of time not spent with the Swifts obviously just this week. Maybe they're just a little bit confused as to what they're actually doing in that structure.
Well, during that timeout, a big substitution made as well up the attack line for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Horges to goal attack. And Laura Sherian in at wing attack. So that'll mix it up for them. That'll bring the speed and the punch. Sherian extremely experienced.
Well, and I suspect Ops would have seen that with that timeout there was going to be a change. Turner coming onto the wing defence has the height, but also when you have someone little running around, it's hard to keep up. Look at this take from Sherian.
Straight
So
to the
strong.
fire. Oh, welcome
Yeah.
to the game. Hadley to Turner. Hadley again. Gorman Brown. We'll have a look at that last 10. Goal for a while there. Clow looks for something. Turner. Well, of course, that was the other change made in defence. So Shaughnessy into goalkeeper. Sarah Clow out to goal defence. Big long ball taken from Housby. Oh, the movement continues up this end, but
Fighting over the ball.
well, that's what happens when you're that good. You just want to share it around a bit.
And look at this transition already. Smart from Sherian just to get the little tip to get it in that centre third.
Williams, direct. Aiken George playing it around. Horges.
Contact or defence.
Well, are you likely to pull more penalties? A smaller player?
Not necessarily.
Because it looked like straight away it was just hard for Clow to stop then. Horges' speed.
Yeah, well, her speed certainly will mix it up, but it's just about adjusting. I just don't think the Swifts have adjusted as yet, and they need to. They need to start listening to the umpire and getting in play.
Well, there it is on the Harvey Norman replay. Tilly Garrett, Latanya Wilson fighting for it. Have a look at this scoreline now. Aiken George sinks this. They're up by 4. Reminder, start of this game, they were down by 3. Swifts out of the block strong. Turner. Hadley. Turner again, back to Hadley.
We also see Grace White come into goal attack. Sorry, Kath. So trying to add some sort of, you know, momentum and strength and speed in that shooting circle. But interesting, we haven't seen Wallace come into that circle as yet.
No, and Grace White is typically a goal attack. She has played a couple of times since her debut, and both have been at wing attack. The 19-year-old from Tumut in the Riverina region. Well, what a moment to be on court in front of Sam Wallace.
They're also lining up against Sterling Humphrey.
Yeah, well, there's only 2 ways this can go, right? Goals from Gaines there, 4-1. Adelaide Thunderbirds dominating. Hadley, White, there she is. Just her 3rd game.
Offside, goal attack, free pass, goal third. Yes.
Hadley will take the penalty from the offside. Gorman Brown, up the middle is Housby.
Yeah, smart play, smart release from Housby to just come out of the circle.
Good ball, Gorman Brown to White. What can she do with it? Sinks it.
Well, it's the quick release too. She needs to get it up and over Sterling Humphrey before she has the opportunity to set up.
Tilly Garrett, well, 2 balls. They were in the circle, or very close to the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Aiken George. The big, long arm sinks another. Aiken George, 14 from 16, 88%. White.
Not a construction, we can tag.
Clow, Hadley. Gorman Brown. Back to White. Housby. Well, definitely keeping it short and ball side this game, aren't they, the New South Wales Swifts?
And a lot on this right side, Kath. They like to play over this side, especially coming off centre pass or transition. Oh! And that's the one we're talking about.
I feel like Shamira Sterling in her head is just rubbing her hands together saying fresh meat. Loves the challenge, doesn't she? Right on the siren of the Power 5 again. They keep it. Can they keep it in play? The big stretch from Williams. Well, in that moment too, Lucy Austin has entered the court at goal shooter for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Williams off the face almost. Under enormous pressure.
Body bring obstruction.
Gorgeous. And Austin both in the circle.
Well, and that's the difference of the height of Romelda Aiken-George not being there. They've just been able to get the ball down and release really high. Now they're not able to do that. It changes, I guess, the dynamics, but also the timing.
Lucy Austin not a huge amount of court time this season, averaging 13 minutes a game. Was nearly the hero for them last week. Against the West Coast Fever, Hadley.
Again, the Swifties on this right side, just opening up space.
Well, that was just a beautiful passage of play, wasn't it? Undefended, nice and quick, needed to be finished. That's a cranky face on Helen Housby. Fawns back in at goal attack. Wilson. Great front cut drive from Latanya Wilson. The double play with Sterling. Garrett. Austin out of the circle. Gorgeous. Oh, well, it was there, but she just got monstered by O'Shaughnessy, didn't she, Georgie Horges? How was that allowed? I'm sorry, but O'Shaughnessy standing smack bang in front of the player. Didn't have her hands up, sure.
I mean, a shooter would know. And an interesting little tidbit, the only player to have not come on the court from both teams is Sam Wallace-Joseph. I suspect there's something more sinister going on with that knee.
Yoko didn't allude to it though, did she, in your warm-up chat? Helen Housby, 3 the difference. Have a look at Gorman Brown having a monster game for the New South Wales Swifts, the only Swift
Contact, goal attack.
sitting at the top there of the Nissan Net Points powered by E-Power.
Center contact.
Gorgeous.
Obstruction, goal defence, inside advantage, offside, in defence.
Such a playmaker, Georgie Horges. Will she take it? No, the pass off. Austin. Dribbles in. Makes it 4 the difference.
Running breaking attack.
Good long, well that's 2 bounce passes. We need a little counter on the Swifts bounce passes in this game. Housby. Sinks it. Gets them back to 2, Helen Housby. Just under 2 minutes of play. Up the middle is Austin. Well, forced it almost. Williams saves it.
It's been tough when Austin gets it out. The players around her are so short and the Swifts are so tall. I think you're really struggling to find their players.
Gorman Brown having the game of her life early here in this first half. Fawns. Oh yeah, read it like a book, didn't she, Williams?
And just so strong, she just went with 2 hands, backed herself in. That's the only reason why she got that call
Contact,
then.
goal attack, advantage, offside, centre third.
Gorgeous.
Contact in defence.
Sherian.
Smart from Sherian. Just slowly took her time to take that penalty.
Well, this will be huge if Horges can sink it. She doesn't, but the rebound, sorry, no. Now, have a look at this shot. Very, very close to the body there, I thought. Maybe not as close as I suspected at the time. Long ball, great vision from Williams.
That's been good all day. Just being able to get it out, transition. Both teams finding nice transition on game to goal.
Plenty of time here for the New South Wales Swifts. They'll want a 2 though, won't they? Get it back just to the 1 before half-time. Sophie Fawns loves this distance. Oh, and they've given her another shot at it. She's sitting at 1 from 3 for super shots already. Helen Housby, 2 from 3. They're going with the odds. Rings out. Oh, an opportunity gone begging there for the New South Wales Swifts after what was a very promising first quarter. They went down in that second quarter, 7-11, Kim.
Yeah, there was just the big shift in momentum, especially to the Thunderbirds. So I love the changes that they were able to do for the Swifties. Yeah, got some work to do.
Off and running here again. Well, absolute masterstroke to get someone of that experience over, even if for just a couple of weeks. The New South Wales Swifts will be sponges, won't they? Let's see if they can bring some goods in this second half after a little bit of time in the change room to maybe think about it. And there's been a big change on court down the New South Wales Swifts attack, and you'll see very soon in goal shooter. There she is, Sam Wallace-Joseph, taking to the court for the first time as we see a little back and forth between some of the players. Well, straight away, Kim Grayton, her game is predominantly a holding game.
Yeah.
Do you think she's going to revert to that?
Yeah, I think she will, and you can also see Housby now shifting back to her natural game of the sweep around the front. So watch this space. It is about, we saw a ball go up in the air and Sterling Humphrey got a hand to it, so it's now about the mid-quarters being smart with the fakes, moving the ball, the angles of it. They have to just be a little bit smarter.
Well, they've won one back straight away, but Helen Housby not having a bar of that. Put that defensive stat down next to her name. Turner overcooked offside. Well, no, she didn't. Well done, Maddie Turner. Love to see, yeah, absolutely. Love to see a replay of that.
Centre obstruction.
Well, big grimace on the face then of Wallace-Joseph. Oh, that'll be a good settler for her. Let's have a look at this. No, just missed it. We'll get back to that. There's a face, though, that's fired up for this grand final rematch. Tanya Ops, too much on it into Aiken George, and Sarah Clow, the hands in the air. She loved that moment.
Yeah, and it was the footwork of Tegan O'Shannessy, my goodness.
Talk about good moments.
Yeah, well, both teams just not settling into this second half. Just too many long leads. Someone has to take leadership now. Again, a really long pass, a risky one.
Aiken George likes it though, maybe just came off the hand a little better for the difference. There she is, Aiken George, 16 from 18, and we saw those shooting stats at halftime well down for both these sides.
Bunny's got offensive
Via the
obstruction.
floorboards, nearly a fumble. Wallace-Joseph.
That's another bounce pass, Kat.
Yeah, I really want a bounce pass stat after this game. Not something we normally keep. Let's see if we can track it down for you. There's the shooting stats. Housby just 2 from 5 super shots, but getting plenty of defensive stuff here.
The Thunderbirds have been very undisciplined in attack so far. The start of this third quarter, usually they need to grind it out, and I feel like they're just taking the easy way out, something that I don't think Tanya Oates would be all that happy with.
Well, they'll need to have a good third quarter here and get a bit of a buffer because their last quarter is their worst. They've only won 2 this season.
Wing attack obstruction.
And you do not want the New South Wales Swifts breathing down your neck. There's your quarter score breakdown. Only
Bunny's got
7
defence contact.
scored from the Swifts. Housby. Gorman
Contact
Brown
in defence.
again via the floorboards. Wallace-Joseph.
Bunny offside, centre.
Well, they're stalled here, the New South Wales Swifts. Yeah, Wallace-Joseph, got to do more.
Yeah,
I don't
just
think
even a release of popping out. Just a couple of steps. It's the timing of it. Just to create something.
Thunderbirds.
won the difference. Having said that, she's brought it back here. Williams, the roll-off from Aiken George. Yep, stepped right into the arm of Sarah Clow then.
And that was a good ball, good release from Williams. It was quick off the hands, straight away.
Adelaide. Gorman Brown. Oh, the tip coming from the attack line for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Garrett, look how quickly they're down court. Aiken George out of the circle. Porges goes for the quick double. And pops forward. We'll have a look at this shot that's got to go over those long arms of O'Shaughnessy and Sarah Clow.
And there's no doubt on it. The confidence to turn and go to post from Porges, especially when she's played wing attack. You know, the fact that she can play both is such a credit to the player and the calibre of player she is.
Couldn't agree more, Kim Green.
Porges. I know that.
And again, look at the work she's doing out the front of the circle, almost snuck back into that wing attack role. The screens, protecting space, always thinking a couple of passes ahead, Georgie Porges.
Go defense. Obstruction. Go defense. Outside.
Oh, there's plenty of,
On the foot, goalkeeper.
plenty of games going on in that shooting circle, isn't it? Close attention to Aiken George. Trying to get some cracks to show here. Back out to 4 the difference.
Not wholly within, not your grounded foot.
Oh, well, there you go. That is not a mistake Paige Hadley makes. Talk us through that, Kim.
Yeah, she just lifted one of her, or not her foot wholly within that centre circle. It's just one that you would, not even a coach killer. It's in your head that you're like, my goodness, how did I stuff that up? So Paigey would not be happy with that one, that's for sure.
Contact, body shot, slide, wing defense. Outside. With you. Goalkeeper, hands first. Obstruction.
Porges, well, she's got some protection here from Aiken George. Hasn't missed in regular time, Georgie Porges. 3 from 3.
Obstruction.
Georgie's doing plenty of work out here, as we know she does at wing attack, struggling to find her more in this goal attack role. I feel like she's trying to draw a lot of the play, but not getting as much ball as she usually does.
And it's exhausting work because in the meantime, every Swift player is bumping her on the way through. So she's getting tired by the time she gets there as well. So maybe a little change up in that mid-court.
Oh, Shamira Sterling Humphrey comes flying out, takes a clean intercept. And this could give them a big buffer, the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Off the hand of Romelda Aiken George. Have a look again. She comes right from behind, takes it cleanly with 2.
Thunderbirds centre.
And just like that, there'll be an HCF tactical timeout. It's the New South Wales Swifts that want to stem this flow. 7 the difference.
Keep looking at the option. Don't fake and look away. Yep.
Watching that last one pass you through, and you were just trying to get
going back into winging.
Yeah?
I think we can still do that high wall, but it's what's next in his pocket. Yeah.
So just send what's your starting position that you're not getting too wide and far away. Getting the pass on this side. Okay.
I'm not overload. What is the result? It was an overload and then we went. That makes sense. And then
If it's an overload, it's okay. But if Lily's taking on the centre pass, when Lily's getting the high, you're going to probably okay. But if we mix up what we're going to do on our centre passes now, we'll have a bit more purpose and direction. Yeah? Let's get into it.
Otherwise, the chief says you know we're taking straight on. I mean, you guys stop me to the fire.
Take it down again. Energy here. Let's go, guys.
Kim Green, a lot of chat in that Swifts huddle coming from all 3 coaches. Too much?
Not if the players can take it on and actually execute. I think even Sophie Fawns had a really good chat to the players at the beginning. Have a look at that. The Thunderbirds last 6 to their name, so you can really see the momentum is with the Thunderbirds at the moment.
Oh, how good was that ball? The vision was long. Found Georgie Horges on the baseline. Hands it off, though, to Romelda Aiken-George. Well, they had to weather a bit of a storm here from the Swifts to start this third quarter, didn't they, the Adelaide Thunderbirds? There's the ball and the Harvey Norman replay off the hand of Williams. But now they find themselves up 9-4 in this third quarter.
Williams with that feed as well. It's been one of her strengths all game. She can look over the mess and deliver straight into Aiken-George.
Another one via the floorboards, but comes off the foot of Gorman Brown.
Interesting with Gorman Brown going into that wing attack. Let's have a look at this replay. Yeah, it's just the placement and coming off early. But Gorman Brown going into that wing attack position as opposed to the centre. She was sitting at around 48.5 missing net points at halftime. Now she's sitting at minus 1.5.
Well, that is a very interesting stat. Did the New South Wales Swifts look at that and make the change? Just as we see the Thunderbirds attack line again, clean up ball. Thunderbirds now 15 gains. Shamira Sterling, 7 of them. Feels like she's been quiet by Shamira Sterling's standard, but she's snuck in 7 gains.
Well, and I think what you're seeing is that they're not actually scoring off a lot of their gain to goals. So 53% they're sitting at the Thunderbirds at the moment.
Well, there's a win for Maddie Turner. They're the gains, and only one Swift, and it's an attacker, Helen Housby.
Concerning.
It is very concerning. Up the middle is Housby. Turner. Hadley.
Contact on offence, outside.
Now, opportunity here for the Swifts. It'll be a 2-on-1 in the circle. They'll want to set a screen here or something. On, no.
Throw in.
Oh, maybe they should have protected that space a little better. If you're Bryony Akel, do you go back to that starting attack line?
Well, I think Fawns has had a cracking game so far. I would be putting her out and just seeing what she can do. I don't think Wallace-Joseph is moving as much as what we would like. You can even see just standing here, she's probably propping on her knee a little bit. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but she's definitely not moving as well as what we've seen her previously.
You're not reading into anything when you look at the first quarter score. They won it by 1. Since then, they've been dropping.
Centre beside her.
Interesting looking at the Nissan net points as well, guys. Sam Wallace-Joseph on -10, Housby only on 7, Fawns on 5.5, and Grace White on -13. Their goalers are not firing.
She just heard you. I am so firing, says Helen Housby. There's the siren for the start of this Power 5 in this third quarter. Well, this score keeps this sort of margin. They're going to have to go the long distance shots. Have a look at those Nissan net points now. Gorman Brown was sitting at the top of that for a long time. Now in at number 5. The change between Austin and Aiken-George come.
And Fawns is picking up as well on the bench.
Thank you, M. Beaton, keeping us across everything happening on the sideline. Shamira Sterling and Wilson bringing a bit of showtime to this quarter. Sherian. Wilson, Garrett, Horges.
Oh, look at that ball. Gosh, that's good from Horges. That's a hard angle to get it there. And then the drive, unmarked.
She's everywhere.
She is.
10 the difference, 11 the difference, apologies. There's Sophie Fawns back onto the court. And there's that ball on the Harvey Norman replay. And here comes Georgie Horges for the double play. Sam Wallace
That's
off.
a feed.
Yeah, perfectly placed, wasn't it?
And just saw it early. I love what Williams brings to this team. She gives ball, but defensively, she's in everything. Look at those circle feeds, 24 to Williams. Just chipping away, doing her job brilliantly.
Got an obstruction, not a fan.
Hadley back to the line to Turner. Hadley Fawns the drive. Oh,
Contact win.
That is smothering defense. Every single player had a pink player in front of them just then, and they wanted it more.
yeah, the Adelaide Thunderbirds bench on their feet after that moment. still up on their feet, just sitting down now. Aiken George up.
Bonnie's got out, wing attack.
Williams, the long cross-court ball. Helen Housby will lead it up. Fords wants the white arc. Needs a 2. Housby was in the 2, didn't take the shot.
Didn't even look to post. Yeah, interesting. Maybe just wanted to get Fawns into the game. Even Fawns looking...
Well, she's looking to get into the white arc, so seems like a bit of a miscommunication, but at this point of the game, down by 11, surely you need to take them. Smith smothering defence. Yeah, Sherry not liking it though.
Well, it was 3 feet and she had plenty of time, the umpire, to have a look at it, and there was no call on it.
That is the one.
Contact, wing defence now. Wing defence. Wing defence. Wing defence. That is a deliberate contact.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely. Great umpiring, Nathan Begley. I was wondering if that was going to come. You cannot rip the ball and the player onto the floor like that. But let's talk about Sherian though. What a way to respond to making an error, get straight back in defence.
Yeah.
Yeah, just too much on it, not necessary.
Just a second.
Tanya Oakes was very vocal here on the sideline as well. She was standing up and clapping hard, as we see here. Very happy with Sherian's work there.
Yeah, you saw straight away Ali Smith trying to apologise. Realised in that moment may have been a little too heated.
Well, it's also now time for the Swifts to probably regroup on this. You just don't want to get stuck in the emotion of having cracks and swipes like that.
Again though, Georgie Horges to pick up the crumbs. Having an outstanding game.
And we spoke about her in quarter 1, throwing so many balls away. Gosh, Wilson with that pickup and hit down in back play here.
Oh, Latanya Wilson is down. Let's have a look if we can see what happened. Nothing just yet.
Just a finger to the eye, I would say.
Yeah, from Paige Hadley. Doesn't look like it was too big a hit, but it might have just been, as you say. In our game, though, vision is not overrated, so she'll have to go to the sideline, and that'll mean the captain, Hannah Petty, will be back on. Oh, I can't imagine Wilson will stay off very long. He's a competitor in her 50th National Suncorp Super Netball game. Oh, it's getting fiery, isn't it?
It is, and the umpires are doing a fantastic job of just keeping them honest down here in particular.
Well, this is another penalty against Sarah Cloud. Have a look at this Nissa net points now, Kim. Every single player and Adelaide Thunderbirds, and they are some big numbers racking up.
They're just chipping away here, and you could see that they had to almost weather the storm of the Swifts and then just build their way in. Done a great job so far.
Sherian again being a menace in defence on the transverse line.
Obstruction, goalkeeper inside. It's obstruction, yes.
I feel like we talk a lot about Sterling. We talk a lot about Wilson, but Garrett has been so solid in there for the Thunderbirds. She's got 3 deflections, 1 intercept. She's a quiet achiever, but she does the work for him.
Well, Horges just taking her time on that one. Just wanting to pass it around and get a little bit closer, get away from the long arms.
Well, you can see her still directing traffic though, Georgie Horges, telling players where to put the ball. 20 seconds to play here. 12 the difference. Make that 13 the difference. This quarter score, Kim Green, 18-8.
Well, 2 things there. The Swifts are still just tracking with a whole lot of, not a lot of ball under post. They throw that one. But the Thunderbirds are starting to build now. They had 12 in the first, 11 in the second, 18 in the third.
Well, there is the end of the third quarter. This crowd is loud and they have come alive as they watch their reigning premiers head into the third quarter break here, up by 13, 41 to 28. Well, the problem for them is it's a big margin. They can't focus on trying to get that big margin back. They've got to think about the little things, and that is a very good start, ball by ball.
Absolutely, and you could see that the Swifts are sitting in a box set up there, just trying to create that long ball. Perfect execution.
Straight up the middle is Fawns. The ball speed is back for the New South Wales Swifts.
And that's the give and go that Bryony was asking for. Fawns she's having a good game. I love what she's doing out there. So it's now everyone lifting around her.
Yeah, agree with you completely. Bringing the punch, isn't she? Oh, Shamira Sterling Humphrey. Oh.
And look at them fly down the court too. That's 4 balls and in.
Yeah, the transition defence from the Swifts got to pick up, doesn't it? Shamira Sterling Humphrey having a blinder of a game. 8 gains now. Just a measly 8 gains. There she is coming through as a big collision happens. Good to see LaTanya Wilson back out on the court though. Did have to go to the bench with a little knock to the face in that third quarter. Reminder, this is the Adelaide Thunderbirds' worst quarter, their fourth quarter. They've only won 2 this season.
And just want to mention the Swifts wearing black armbands, paying respect to Ali Smith's grandmother who passed this week as well.
Oh, Hadley's down, holding her foot, very slow to get to it. Still holding on to it. Let's see how she goes. Oh, tough cookie, the captain, the co-captain. Wilson, have a look at this Harvey Norman replay. Not much in it. Certainly grabbed the foot straight away though, didn't she, Wilson?
Yeah, her foot just got stuck under Williams.
Smith some good hands over. Can't come up with the ball though, Horges.
Got it offside centre.
Remains in the circle for the Thunderbirds. Williams. Cannot get the shot up over the long arms of Turner. That one too close. Now she's got to deal with Plough though.
No biggie.
Still hasn't missed Georgie Horges in regular time. 6 from 6.
Oh, that's a good ball from Sherry, and she knew on the centre pass she wasn't coming out for first phase. Let it go through the defence, get the depth on second phase, in it goes.
I think that's an area actually that the Swifts are missing at the moment with Maddie Proud. She's one of the best at looking over the mess and connecting quickly with her players. I think at the moment the Swifts are hanging on to it a little bit much. She creates a lot more in there in attack.
She would definitely be making a difference for sure, and beaten even just in this fight. These are the moments in these quarters when you're down and you want to fight yourself back into it. You know what she'd give you. Floorboards again to Sophie Fawns. Sinks it from distance.
And she needs to just keep going to post on those. Have a look at this wall from the Swifts. They just went out of it really quickly.
Sophie Fawns sitting at 75%.
Obstruction, not offence.
Well, she'll get another shot at it, literally. Georgie Horges here.
Obstruction, goalkeeper.
A little smile on the face I think I detected just then. Why would you not be? Up by 16. The biggest winning margin over the Swifts prior to this game was only 5, Kim Green.
When it just shows how good the contests have been.
The last 3 games, it's been 1 goal. The semi-final, that was the grand final, and the semi-final was 2 goals. And in round 14, it was 3. It's been close. Not today.
Well, and you can see how much a difference that Proud does make in that mid-court, but it's also the fact that the Thunderbirds have done their homework. They weathered the storm, and now they get to have a little bit of fun out there. We saw the attackers having some smiles, but we also saw last quarter, Shamira Sterling Humphrey. She was giggling at the back, just enjoying what LaTanya Wilson was doing out in front of her.
Yeah, we just saw the quarter score breakdown on your screen. It was all about that third quarter, wasn't it? The Adelaide Thunderbirds up by 10. 15 the difference. Very, very low-scoring game still, though, from both sides.
Look at this, everyone wide for the Swifts and everyone in the middle. This is what happens when you're under pressure. You either all go wide and go missing, or you all want to be involved in the middle. So having some structured plays in attack is necessary right now for the Swifts.
Throw in. Centre third.
Yelch, that hurts, doesn't it? Through their hands off their centre pass.
Obstruction on court.
Williams has been rock solid, as has Horges. I've loved the entry of Laura Sherry into this game too.
She's been great, and just to think that her role has slightly changed from the last few years of playing. She would normally be in that starting 7 position. Now she's coming off the bench, creating different opportunities, but now she's on the court for a big chunk of this game and has been brilliant. Her ability to see long ball, but also understand when to pull it back, just shows the maturity that she's been able to develop in her game.
Yeah, the only quarter she didn't play was that first quarter, and so far that's the only quarter that the Thunderbirds have lost. Still 15 the difference. The Thunderbirds have the centre pass. There she is, Sherian. And Romelda Aiken-George. Well, let's talk about the experience just between those two players alone. They've won premierships. They've played in all the big moments, represented their countries. Oh, another win. So it feels a lot like the wheels are falling off here for the New South Wales Swifts, and they cannot make any inroads. Wilson.
It's a good ball, but also the ability to steady up and know not to force the next one. Oh, look at that whip.
And the speed on the delivery, the release on the ball from Sherian.
Now that's how you create angles for shooters, by the attackers being able to shift the ball all the way to the other side of the court, open something completely different up.
Well, let's have a look at this. We'll see if we can get a replay here, because the contact call has been made against Romelda Aiken. Here she is. Oh. Anybody else not seeing anything? Very, very hard, not at all having a go at the umpires. Different angles, a lot going on the court. We, of course, have the luxury of those replays. Horges takes it strongly, gets rid of it, gets on with it.
Not out, not contact in defence. On the circle, set the penalty.
There's a lot going on, isn't there? Inside the circle, outside the circle. Horges, the quick 1-2 with Sherian. Look at Aiken-George.
Both players.
She's just trying to stay as still as she can on that one.
Trying to protect Horges on the shot too, isn't she? As a shorter shooter. Those long arms of Turner and Clout.
Wilson and Garrett have done a mountain of work in the back end for the Thunderbirds, as we see Turner come through with an easy intercept.
Yeah, it was well read from Turner.
Have a look at those penalties. We spoke about those at the start of the game. The New South Wales Swifts averaging 60 a game. Wallace-Joseph back on. An air ball. Wilson. Garrett. Up the middle is Georgie Horges. Look how much court space she's covering.
Butted offside, goal attack.
Sherian. Williams.
Goal centre, contact.
But 10 rebounds to 1 as well. It's been the Adelaide Thunderbirds show, hasn't it? Georgie Horges, the quick one too.
And I was just going to say, when Horges drives and doesn't get the ball, it's the next Thunderbird that comes through. It's just the motion that they're able to create and the momentum. It's really, really lovely to watch in attack.
Well, this is really interesting. They're up by 18, yet the Adelaide Thunderbirds have called the HCF tactical timeout. So this will be very interesting. Let's have a listen, because you'd think there's no chance they'd need one.
Guys can come back on. All right, let's get you ahead of the ball. Head of the ball. Okay, you come into goal attack. Yeah, what centre pass are we doing?
Jersey, let's go. Why don't we go overload backdoor?
I think when you get the ball in that down in our defence third, I think we need to double play with Shamira rather than bringing other people up. You double play with Shamira, then you get down, and I think then Shez can interchange with you. I was just saying, if Taylor gets gets involved in the defensive goal there, she can double play with Shamira, then she's going to look to interchange with you. So you can come up, she gets stepped, then you double play Tilly or... Okay, make sure we present to Loz early, okay? Get her back in the game.
They're hunting now, so make sure we play down the line or reset.
Hey guys, this is where we stick to our process, okay? We just nail the basics.
14.
Celebrate it, let's go!
Well, they're focused, aren't they, the Adelaide Thunderbirds? They want to put the foot down here. And Frew has come back onto the court there, a goal attack. Georgie Horgis to the bench.
A well-earned rest for Georgie Horgis.
Absolutely. Sam Wallace-Joseph screaming for the ball. Oh, well, that should have been an easy pass. Completely overcooked.
Yeah, and again, it's just about getting it to circle edge and then releasing. We see Smith coming to centre. I like this move. It's something a little bit different from the Swifts that we haven't seen. She does provide quite a bit defensively, but in attack brings height as well.
Every goal, guys, let's go! Have a look, so!
Well, that's a face you don't often see. Bryony Akel in her 100th Suncorp Super Netball game. And it's not one she'll remember fondly, is it?
Contact goalkeeper.
Aiken George pulls the penalty. O'Shaughnessy back on the court for the New South Wales Swifts as well.
Romelda Aiken-George, we haven't actually spoken a lot about her tonight, but she was in this Swift side in the grand final last year, and I think she's been a huge difference for the Thunderbirds tonight, standing up strong with 35 net points at the moment.
Yeah, great point you make, beaten. Well, is she the difference?
Causing wing attacks.
And what a performance here from the Thunderbirds when you think about the fact that they lost Tipper Dwan, they lost Cardwell, they lost Nankiville. It's not affected them at all, really, has it?
No, it hasn't, and it just goes to show the depth of what Tanya Ops has been building. Yes, she brought Romelda Aiken-George in, but the likes of Frew coming into the fold. She's a South Australian that's been building and building throughout the ranks. This is really great work from Netball SA and the Adelaide Thunderbirds.
Well, the swing across gets there. Sherian over the top. It is in the power 5 time now. Frew backs herself, can't sink it. The rebound is to Aiken. Aiken-George takes another 20, the difference. A reminder, before this game, the biggest winning margin for the Thunderbirds was just 5. Have a look at those missing net points again. Wilson having a standout game in her 50th.
God, she's good. She's just able to come through on ball that no one else can. She's elusive in attack. She's fantastic in the way that she recognises when to give ball, when to hold back.
Well, they've opened up the floodgates in this fourth quarter. It is 12-4.
Centre contact.
Well, have a think about the fact that this grand final has been predetermined. It will be in Adelaide. And if they keep this up, the Adelaide Thunderbirds are going to be in that grand final. Plow out. Housby trying to ignite something. Helen Housby.
Look at this though, look at these Thunderbirds all sitting in front, making the Swifts have to go back and wide on everything, and that's how it's caused. The work is done early, you reap the rewards.
Garrett on stretch to take that ball. Petty.
Goal attack! Come on, get your 3 goal attack.
Petty in at centre. Sherian. Back to Petty. Frew.
And it's the same setup down here for the Swifts. They're doing that box setup, but the Thunderbirds are just placing the ball better, working, having multiple leads at times to create some sort of space that is not so wide like on the sideline.
Lucy Austin, her first Suncorp super shot of the game. And Grace White back into the mix now for Sophie Fawns, who'll take a rest on the bench. There she is, Grace White. Just her third Suncorp Super netball game. Sitting at 33% shooting, 1 from 3. She'd love to sink this one. Rings in for the 19-year-old. Sherry through.
Change of direction onto the top of the circle. Brilliant from through.
Oh, Austin. Well, as we mentioned, only been averaging 13 minutes a game, but wow, she's making the most of those minutes, isn't she? 2 Suncorp super shots to her name. Sitting at 90% shooting accuracy. Housby can't sink it, the rebound. Well, who else is it? Sterling Humphrey. 24 the difference. 12 rebounds to 1, Kim Green.
Well, the Thunderbirds have been right in everything. They've just been hot on every pickup, every rebound. Every time there's a penalty, they know whether or not they're going to take it fast or just take their time. Latanya Wilson again.
Can we just talk about the gains for the Adelaide Thunderbirds? 25.
Imagine being an attacker, just being able to know that you can play whatever the way you want because you've got so many gains coming from your back end.
The Swifts haven't done badly. 13 gains is a good turn. But wow, in comparison, as Wilson collects another one. 25 the difference. The final 10 seconds of the game. And what a victory it's been here for the Thunderbirds. Well, there'll be absolutely no revenge for the New South Wales Swifts today as the reigning premiers continue their dominance over the Sydney Siders. And that dominance was in the shape of a 25-goal win. Didn't win every quarter, but they absolutely smashed the last 3. And a very, very happy side there in pink. Romelda Aiken-George, of course, was with the New South Wales Swifts last year. Comes together with her ex-teammates. And the Swifts, well, for them, back to the drawing board. Just 33 points on the board. Well, Kim, I mean, so many positives from that game for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. The New South Wales Swifts, a lot to work on. And the good thing, I guess, is Nolene Tarua's on deck. They've got a week to try and turn it around.
Yeah, and to be honest, she's working with the defence end, and they were out of play for quite a bit of the game, but it's more the attack, not being able to get the ball into the shooting circle and go to post.
Let's get straight down to MB.
I'm with Latanya Wilson. Latanya, your 50th match tonight. You played absolutely out of your skin. You had 4 intercepts, 7 deflections. How did it feel out there?
I feel so amazing. What a milestone. I felt like I was here yesterday. I know I'm celebrating my 50th. It's such an elated feeling, and I'm so happy that we got the win as well.
It was a huge win. It started off really tough. Grand final rematch. What did it mean to get this win in front of your home fans?
It means everything. I mean, we couldn't have done it without the fans. The fans help us into the game, and I'm really excited and happy that I get another chance to actually play my 58th game in front of the T-Bird crowds. So yeah, congrats to me, and thanks to the crowd as well.
Lastly, you're halfway through the season now. How's the team feeling? Is there still talks back to back?
Of course, we're just taking every game, game by game, and day by day. We're evolving and we're hunting for something new, and whatever that looks like, I'm so happy that I'm a part of this great team. So yeah.
Well, congratulations on 50 games. Enjoy the win.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you to Latanya. What a performance from her. What a game to do it as she celebrates that massive milestone. Look at the smiles on the faces of the Adelaide Thunderbirds. 8 gains to Latanya Wilson. instrumental in that defence end for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. And let's get straight back down to Beat Me's with one of the New South Wales Swifts.
I'm here with Paige Hadley. Paige, really tough night for you guys. What was missing for your team tonight?
Oh, look, I thought it was a game of two halves. I felt like the first half we really did have them rattled. And I thought in that third quarter we just went away from what we're doing well and played into their strengths. So, yeah, disappointing, but I thought, the game plan in the first half really worked for us.
What do you need to do next week to get the team back? Your captain here without Maddie Proud. How do you rally your troops?
Yeah, obviously this season is every game is on, right? Like last week we go out and play beautifully against the Giants, and this week we're disappointing. But for us, it's about going back to the game plan. It's about looking at what we did really, really well, what we can improve on. And I think last week all those little calls and stuff went our way. Today it felt like nothing did.
Well, good luck next week against the Mavs.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. And Paige Hadley, tough interview for Paige Hadley. It's been a pretty up and down season, though, hasn't for the New South Wales Swifts. Let's head straight down and have a look at the match stats as we see Latanya Wilson getting a little bit of a presentation there from her head coach, Tanya Obbs. All pink, naturally, as we would expect. What a pickup she's been to this side as the Jamaican teammates come together. And the defence end, Tilly Garrett wants in on that photo.
They just look like they are a beautiful team together. They enjoy each other's company. We saw on social media today they all went out for lunch together. So it's just nice to see. And you can just see that on court they're all just working together, enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, and they are equals, aren't they? Tanya Obst is the only coach to have used all 10 in every single game, so everybody feels a part of it. Let's have a look at the full-time stats. And you can only imagine some of the differences we'll see after a game like that. Kim Green straight away. The penalties for me, the New South Wales Swifts sitting up at 80.
80 to 42, and another one that we spoke about already is those 26 games to 13. But something that you can have a look at is this accuracy from the Thunderbirds. They were sitting pretty low at halftime, and now they're all the way up to 89%. So really had a fantastic second half, winning that one by 22 goals.
Well, what does it mean for the ladder? Here it is. The Adelaide Thunderbirds now jumped ahead of the Vixens on percentage. So sitting in second position makes it interesting, of course. The West Coast Fever and the Melbourne Vixens will be playing each other tomorrow. Got to keep an eye on that one. The Vixens, do they stay in third or do they jump up to equal points?